Hey WedSetters, I'm Lisa Brenchley, host of the WedSetter Podcast, and I've helped thousands of couples create their best day ever on the beautiful island of Bali. We are your guide to Bali weddings, where we will talk to the finest wedding vendors in the industry. We chat to the people running Bali's leading wedding venues, real brides sharing their best day ever, and other clever folk doing really great things in Bali. You'll hear wedding planning tips and tricks, local hotspots, and hidden Bali gems you don't want to miss. Let's get you down the aisle.
I feel like that moment for us was the bus.
Yeah, totally.
We were all still doing like videos and photos, and we were singing and laughing.
Yeah. It was super fun, and Mum and Dad were in there too, which was nice.
Yeah.
So we stayed at the Radisson Blu in Uluwatu, and it was the best. Like, if you're getting married up there, I could not recommend that place highly enough. It's super family friendly. The pool is massive. Everyone loved it. Like, everyone just had such a good time. And there was some things that I was like, okay, especially towards the end, because you just want everything to be perfect. Like, I want to get this pair of shoes and I want to get this. And by the end, I was just like, who cares about that kind of stuff? Like, I wanted, my main priorities were making everyone have a good time.
In this episode, I talked to Kylie about getting married at the stunning El Kabron. We also talk about all of the amazing vendors she chose, why her dad didn't get let on the plane with all of her family and friends, and why she chose a resort over a villa for everybody to stay at together. Take a listen. Today, we are kicking off our bridal edition, which is super special to me because she is a long-term friend, one of my besties, and I was lucky enough to stand beside her on her special day as a bridesmaid. The wedding was only a few days ago, so we haven't really had a lot of time to discuss, but I look forward to unpacking everything that was Kylie and Brodie's wedding right now. Welcome, Kylie.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
Good. Tired. It's been a big couple of days, but yeah, just still trying to process everything really from the wedding.
Yeah.
It was epic. So
yeah, it was. To start today's episode, I wanted to ask you what you felt the wildest thing was that happened throughout your wedding planning process. We do ask this on all the podcasts, so
yeah,
something wild that just kind of came at you left field, or that you just didn't expect.
Can I say my dad?
What about your dad?
Okay, so the one thing I really wasn't expecting, I was like at the airport on the way to come here, finally getting excited, and my dad didn't get let on the plane because his passport was damaged. It had like a little water stain. So they've apparently had a crackdown recently on damaged passports. So this was Friday evening and the wedding was on Tuesday. So obviously Saturday, Sunday, wasn't able to do anything about it. Monday morning, drove up to Brisbane, and thankfully someone of my partner's family had a connection and he got straight in.
Oh,
passport by 10 a.m. on a flight by 11:55 a.m.
Oh my God, I didn't know.
On Monday, Monday night, and the wedding was on Tuesday. So that was definitely the wildest thing that happened. It was awesome. It just made it all the more special once he actually did get there.
Totally. And something that's so out of your control.
Oh, yes. Did not. It was the last thing I was expecting.
And I feel like that's such a warning out to everyone.
Yes.
You always say, everyone always talks about check that you've got 6 months validity
which
on
we
your
did.
passport, which everybody would have checked, but nobody would have checked, like even thought about that.
And I've seen it in some of the groups too. I've seen other people posting in Bali groups didn't get let in, or people actually arriving to Bali and being turned around. So if you've got any water damage on your passport,
get a new one. Yeah. And was the process up in Brisbane like relatively easy?
Yeah. My partner Brodie's uncle, I know, seriously sent an email to someone and they sent an email, and anyway, Dad got called in first and they were awesome. Like, we'd been told it would be fast and, yep, you'll get here, but there was still just like, oh, what if because we really didn't want to leave it till the Tuesday. So we had 3 options. So the best option, which is what he got, was 11:55 from Brisbane. There was also the 5:40 p.m. from the Gold Coast, which would have got him in late. 2 a.m. probably. Yeah. And then the worst case would have been a Jetstar 7 a.m. from Brisbane.
Tuesday morning.
And that's if it didn't get to, that would have been like crazy. Yeah. Wouldn't have been able to enjoy the whole day because I would have just been like.
Was it always in the back of your mind?
Yeah, for sure.
Because it didn't show.
Yeah, no. I think it was in the back of everyone's mind, and just my mom as well. And but
we were all.
Everyone was waiting. It was good. Yeah, he got a big cheer when he arrived at the hotel. So
how magic! So first of all, let's talk about some of your planning stuff. Where did you start, and when you and Brodie first started planning, were there any non-negotiables? Like.
We started about a year out. So it was just after COVID bans were lifted, and we came over pretty much as soon as we were allowed to leave Australia. We actually couldn't even fly direct. We had to fly via Singapore because the direct flights hadn't recommenced. And obviously having Lisa as the Bali bride, I knew she had a heap of great suppliers. I'd also done my own research too, lots of Pinteresting and Instagram saving. And once you start
new
doing,
ones. Found new ones for me.
It's actually, if you just start digging, and you can always tend to find where things come from. So, I basically started pretty much just over a year out. And I feel like we locked in all the suppliers pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Like,
who was the first?
Who was the first?
Did you go venue or planner or like something completely different?
No, it wasn't planner. I'm pretty sure it was venue first. We did some venue scouting over a few days on that trip. And then, when we found El Kabron, it was just the negotiating if they don't normally do weddings. So that was always the number one pick, and we had a few other picks underneath.
Why El Kabron?
It just reminds us of Europe. It's got a major European vibe, and you get the sunset's like the best place for sunset on the island probably. It sets right in the centre, right in front of you. A lot of the other cliff tops. So cliff top was our non-negotiable pretty much.
Yeah.
But on the other side, like the Ungasan side, you actually don't see the sun go into the water. And for us, I was like, I just pictured like a really nice sunset. So that was... There's only a few venues that you can see the sun go into the water. So,
and talk us through your vendors. Who did you use?
Okay, don't want to forget anyone. So wedding planners were Hitched, so Kira and Angie. They were awesome. Florist, I was absolutely obsessed with the flowers. Like that was Made from Sandat, who Kira works with a lot anyway.
And I think the best part about that was the colour palette of what everybody chose to wear on the day matched the flowers.
Yes.
And I just didn't probably realise that was going to... I know you were probably there, but I didn't think about that. And I was just like, even so much as the celebrant, I was wearing the colour of the flower that was behind it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow.
Yeah, so we had a colour palette for our wedding guests. So on the back of a portion of our invite, it was just a neutral colour palette. So beiges, whites, creams, dusty pinks, peaches, just neutral colours, so no darks, like no blacks, navies, and no bright colours. And because the venue is so aesthetic itself, it just worked so well. Like all the photos just, they look really good.
Photographer, videographer?
Yes, oh my God, loved my photographer. Jaron and his team from Motion House. He just did the best job. I actually met up with Jaron in Australia, I think maybe after that first trip to Bali, because he was living back there during COVID. And as soon as I met up with him, I'm like, yep, this is the guy. I got along with him really well. And for me, I wanted someone for the boys. I wanted someone that was going to make the boys relax and not be super posy. And he was that guy. So, yeah.
Yeah, he almost became one of their mates.
Everyone just was commenting on that. I also had one of my girlfriends, Tanya. She has a little wedding media company called Creative House and Creative Weddings, and she specializes in just Instagram reels. So I had her there on the day as well, and she's already sent me one that's like so great.
Oh, I cannot.
So that was awesome to just and I got some of that stuff the next day. So that's a really good thing too, I think, for people that maybe are umming and ahhing about can we afford a
behind-the-scenes type thing.
videographer?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
you could have a photographer and a social media like a Tanya there, just with everything's on her phone, but she's so good at what she does, and it's you didn't even notice, like she's just there like a guest. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't notice her either.
Yeah.
Just popping around
I
the
have
corner.
to show you the reel.
Yeah, right. We'll share it. And how did you stay organised with all of those, like coming and going?
Spreadsheets.
Yeah.
I'm not like the best at those kind of things, but I just started like a little Excel spreadsheet, suppliers, deposits that we'd paid, when it was due. Pretty much just like that, and like an idea of what we wanted to spend on each thing, just to give us a ballpark sort of figure. Some went higher, some went lower, and it just stayed on top of it like that.
And did you stick to a budget?
Look, no, probably not. I had this spreadsheet there, but I think because you pay things like some of the stuff we paid over a year
12 months ago, yeah.
And it gets to a point, like for us, I was just like, okay, well, I really want to have that. What was
part of your non-negotiable?
Yeah, and
so
there was some things that I was like, okay, especially towards the end, because you just want everything to be perfect. Like, I want to get this pair of shoes and I want to get this. And by the end, I was just like, who cares about that kind of stuff? Like, I wanted my main priorities were making everyone have a good time.
Yeah.
Like I wanted surprises for people. I wanted everyone to just have a super, super fun night. So that was our priority.
Yeah, and I think you succeeded.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Let's talk about your planning. Like, now let's get to the day. How was it? How did you feel? What went to plan? What may not have gone to plan?
On the day? Look, to be honest, the day I felt really unusually calm. Like I kept saying, so the day went early, and I was supposed to get my makeup done. I didn't want to go last, and just on the day it just happened that I ended up being last, and then the last hour just went like that.
Gone. Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, we're supposed to be leaving now. The only thing we didn't probably do, we got some really cute candid shots around the villa, but I wanted to go to a few little locations around Alila up here at Uluwatu, and we didn't get time to do that, but
I'm sure you'll have a million.
Whatever. Yeah. And,
anyway.
And the photos with everyone partying, those ones would have been the more posy sort of.
Yeah.
So that was probably the only thing.
And I think being with you on the day, which so many brides would relate to this, I know I did too, that you just wanted to be on time.
Yes, I did. My partner's a very on-time person, and it wasn't actually that even. Like, I know that every wedding I've been to, the bride's late every time.
Yeah.
But because we're on a time schedule with getting the photos afterwards with this, I didn't want to miss the sunset.
The sunset, that's right.
Yeah, so we wanted to just quickly bang out some photos and be back, because that's always the best part of a wedding. Well, one of the best parts is that sunset hour, and so we didn't want to miss out on that.
Yeah.
And look, we were a little bit behind where we wanted to be, but we still managed to get back up there and have a few drinks with everyone before the sun went. So
yeah.
Hey WedSetters, are you having trouble staying on track with your budget? We've designed an editable wedding budget that's already filled in. You can add, edit, or remove to suit your day and stay on track throughout your entire wedding planning journey. Simply head to wedsetter.com/wedding-budget to download. Happy planning!
And so how did your morning go? Was it like super calm?
Super calm. Well, I didn't really do anything.
Every time I looked at you, you were pouring someone a champagne.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's such an awesome way to be, because everybody else was covered in hair and makeup, and you were like, all right, well, I'll get the champagne.
Yeah, like I didn't sit in the chair until after 12, I don't think. So I had the whole morning. I think makeup started around 9:30. I had to finish writing a few cards, just setting a few things up in the room. But yeah, it was
easy,
super calm until that last 45 minutes.
I think you were still pretty calm.
I definitely had bridezilla moments on the day for sure.
Yeah, but it's something that's so important to you. And you have had this vision about what you want to achieve. And look, if you have I certainly didn't see any bridezilla moments. It was like maybe a bit of a rush at the end. Maybe the maid of honour, you want to bring her in?
Yeah, I was just like, do they know she's sitting over there?
We've got the maid of honour in the room too.
Yeah, she gets to see unfiltered me all the time. So
that's all right. That's what she's there for.
Yeah.
And what about when you arrived? Like the bus there was fun.
The bus there was fun and we were just all crammed in. That was another moment. I thought, well, it was supposed to be a 14-seat, which it was, but they had 2 seats folded down and I was like, well, we need them. Yeah. So we didn't know that and I was just like, we're getting in. Like, we don't have time to wait for another car. Everyone's getting in. So one of my bridesmen kind of stood up the whole time. But yeah, that was super fun. And then when we got there, it was kind of like
go.
Yeah, one thing I guess because the way the venue was set out, I couldn't go in with all the bridesmaids. I had to wait out the front. So I was kind of expecting to have like that nice waiting moment with you guys, but then you kind of all had to run off and I was like, Yeah. And that was probably one thing.
We almost walked down the aisle immediately.
Yeah. I think because it was hot, they didn't want the boys standing in the sun, which was good.
Yeah. I feel like that moment for us was the bus.
Yeah, totally.
We were all still doing like videos and photos and we were singing and laughing.
Yeah. It was super fun. And mum and dad were in there too, which was nice.
Yeah, it was so good to have like family. Yeah, in there too. What else have we got here? So did it all go to plan?
The whole day? Yeah, I think so. Like I don't really everything was so fun.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure if I sat there and really combed over everything, but why would I do that when we had such a good day?
Yeah. And when you walked in, was it the look that you had?
Yes.
envisioned?
So that was cool because I hadn't seen any of the flower. I hadn't seen the setup. Obviously seen the venue, but not with all the florals and everything. And just seeing, I think it looked like there was so many people there too because it was in that little.
There was.
Yeah, I know, but it really looked like it. Like, and seeing everyone, that was really, really nice.
Yeah, all there for you guys.
Yeah,
like,
and it was just such a beautiful day too, the blue sky, and yeah, it was nice. It was good.
Who were some of the first people you saw when you walked out there?
I saw my friends Brooke and Claire first, and Claire was crying. I saw Jade. Yeah, I remember seeing a heap of the girls. But I was trying, I'd look at people, but then I was like, I don't want to ruin my makeup. So I had watery eyes, but no tears, which I was surprised at. I thought I'd be like ugly crying down the aisle, but I was trying to hold it together a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, no, you were beautiful. Did you find that, because we kind of get this a lot talking to brides after their day, did you find that you and Brodie were pulled apart a lot, or do you think that you spent a fair bit of time together?
I think we spent a fair bit of time together. There was a few times where I ran to get him to come onto the dance floor.
I was going to say for a song.
Yeah, but I felt like it was good, and we felt like we really got around to everyone. I think that's the bonus of a destination wedding too, because we'd already seen everyone. We'd already seen 99% of the guests before the day.
Yeah.
Which we would just that's probably our favourite thing aside from the day itself, is that 99% of our guests stayed at the same hotel. So, again, highly recommend doing that.
Yeah, explain that to people because that's not something we hear all the time. A lot of people do villa weddings, so or the bridal party or the family stay.
Yeah.
In villas, you did it completely different and I loved it.
Yeah. For one, we were looking at villas, but our bridal party was too big. We had 6 boys and 6 girls and us 2. And then if you're trying to find a villa for that many plus partners, kids, it's just impossible. Like you can't for that many people. And then that wasn't even family. So we stayed at the Radisson Blue in Uluwatu, and it was the best. Like if you're getting married up there, I could not recommend that place highly enough. It's super family friendly. The pool is massive. Everyone loved it. Like everyone just had such a good time. And it just means like you see people at breakfast, you come down, you're like, hey, then you see them at the pool. So it's not, I think if we were at a villa, Brodie and I would have barely been there because we would have been like, oh, we got to go to mum and dad's hotel. Now we got to go to auntie and uncle's hotel. Like we got to,
any of that.
No, we saw everyone there. And the people that weren't staying there, we had our welcome drinks there. So they came there anyway. We started our recovery there. So again, people came there that day.
I think breakfast was the best part.
Like and everyone said that too. Yeah, sitting with other people.
15 tables of people.
Yeah. It was really awesome.
Yeah. And just a really great venue.
Yes.
Like just a great resort.
Yeah. The staff were just,
family friendly, group discount for all of your guests, which was super important.
Yes. That was really good. And they were just super accommodating.
And the recovery, was there, and then you went
to El Kabron. So we
back.
started at the Radisson again just because quite a lot of people had kids, and so it was just cruisy, family-friendly beers around the pool.
Yeah.
And then I actually didn't even know if we were going to go to El Kabron again, but I'm so happy we did because it ended up being
I didn't either.
so fun. Yeah, so we weren't going to because I was like, oh, what's everyone else want to do?
That
And
was
then
the best.
a few people were like, oh, I want to go. And we all went. It ended up being more people than I thought. Probably about 50, do you reckon?
Yeah,
back
probably
there?
More.
Yeah, I thought
feel
it'd
like
be
it was
maybe
half-
like 30.
Yeah, half the wedding all over
So none of the parents, and because it's not really kind of their scene probably, but all of the bridal party and the younger crew, it was awesome because people that did have kids had their nannies by that point, and that was like their time to just relax and let their hair down. And I think we were the last ones standing on the dance floor again that night. So
yeah, we
needed a recovery for the recovery.
I know. That's what it felt like yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, we've got to stop this.
Yeah, for sure.
So, we've got some. Is there anything else you want to talk about for the wedding?
I forgot to say probably half my suppliers Trove.
Yeah, let's go back to those.
Trove Artistry, sorry. Those girls that did our hair and makeup were just amazing.
They did do such a good job.
And they're just cool girls too, like just so fun to have around on the day. Lexi and her team are just, a lot of people actually asked me that. That was probably the main question I got asked from my friends at home, like, oh, who's doing your makeup? Are you flying someone over? I was like, nope, don't need to. Got this awesome supplier over there.
From the Gold Coast
anyway. I know. So half my suppliers are from the Gold Coast anyway. Who else have I missed? Oh, the furniture and
the Alco.
The Alco. There was a few of them, sorry.
Entertainment.
Oh, yes, entertainment. So
the Alco was your furniture, the Ware was
that's one, and there was one more. There was a few.
Azimuth was your
lighting. Yes. Entertainment-wise, that was, again, like a huge priority for me. I come from that industry myself, so that was something I was really meticulous with. We had Roger, who is an acoustic player that I'd seen at Alila Seminyak a year or so ago, and I just approached him on the day. And then Lidsey, who is on the Bali Bride Directory. Lisa had always told me that she's epic, gets the crowd going, blah, blah, blah. And Sammy Sax, I definitely wanted a saxophone player. That was like, I knew that from the get-go.
Yeah.
So I booked Sammy first, actually. Sammy Sax, he's a DJ and a sax player.
Yeah.
And then we had a bongo player, Lydia's percussionist too. And
he was great.
It was so good. Like he was giving people the drums. And remember at one point, I was like, oh, should I get the full band? Because it wasn't really a full band.
We didn't get to talk about that.
Yeah, a sax player, a DJ,
yesterday,
a singer and a bongo. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone just raved about the entertainment all day. Like the 360 photo booth, that was another thing no one knew about, and that was just for when we were getting our photos taken, just for 2 hours for the sort of sunset. And that was a hit. The videos
we've seen come out of that now are so
It just gives some people something to do, and I like the best when I came back up from the beach getting photos, there was people lining up to use it, which I was like, yes, that's so good.
Yeah.
So that was money, and that was very cost effective too, like a lot cheaper than just a normal standalone photo booth. And because it's not enclosed, it's fun because everyone everyone gets to see what everyone else is doing, and it's more like, in a photo booth it's like, get out, like,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And all the props and things they had were so fun.
Yeah.
So it's not just people standing there like, hi.
It was real. That was really cool. It's a good, fun novelty. And people were like, what? Some people had never seen one before.
No.
Or never been on one. Like,
I know one girl was like going back to the Gold Coast to see if she could start the business up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was
too late. They've already got them. Yeah.
She had never seen it. So.
Yeah.
Any other surprises for guests that they didn't?
Well, I didn't really tell people a whole lot, which is cool, I think. Like, if people ask me certain things, but I didn't tell anybody about, the entertainment. Obviously, they would have assumed there was entertainment, but I think the whole night people just didn't really know what was coming. So, and I wanted to plan it so it built, like the acoustic chill to start, so acoustic into the ceremony. The sunset hour was like the DJ and sax, like that Ibiza sort of feel. It
really had that feel
and that's what I wanted for that. Then the sit down for speeches, a little bit of acoustic while we're eating, and then first dance into party fireworks and really And that moment was my favorite.
The fireworks.
I knew they were coming and I was just watching the sky like, oh my God, and everyone just lost it. Like it was so awesome. Fun. Like the whole dance hall was just popping off. It was awesome.
While I think of it, who made speeches?
So I, again, didn't want to overload the speeches just because I've been to a good share of weddings and it can just drag out. And it sounds harsh, but a lot of people if it goes for too long, people don't care. I know that sounds really mean, but it's true. They lose interest. So we kept it to parents and we split them up too, which I'd seen that at other weddings, and I picked and chose things from other weddings that I'd been to, and the staggering of the speeches, so good. So as soon as we sat down, we went straight into parents. So Brodie's mum and dad, my mum and dad, back to a full acoustic set with some food, and then we did best man and maid of honour. And we had another one of the groomsmen who's also a very good friend of mine. He had actually messaged me and was like, oh, I've heard you've got a tight lock on the speeches. And so he wasn't meant to do a speech. I kind of organised it so he took over the role of emceeing to introduce the speeches and just sort of said some bits and pieces along the way. So that was like a sneaky added in.
And I feel like if someone's gone to the lengths to ask you, they obviously have something.
And he was there from the start of our relationship too. So it was really nice. And he had everybody in stitches.
I kind of feel like it's a you do you thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was just hard. I think with the male side of the bridal party, they're very close. And also my brother was in it. So I didn't want anyone to feel like the boys, they're all super tight. And I didn't want anyone feeling, oh, well, I would have said something. So, yeah, it could have been any one of those four that said things on the night and they would have been equally as amazing. So
yeah, true.
And then the girls, there was just way too many. So I was like, Danny only.
Oh, they could have gone on forever.
Exactly. That's what I mean. And as much as it's so lovely to hear everybody's kind words, but you've just got to be mindful there's 130 people there that you think probably don't care as much as me.
Hey WedSetters, are you looking for behind-the-scenes content creation for your wedding day? Introducing Treasure the Bride. They discreetly capture moments of pure happiness and tears of joy that you will treasure forever. Your videos and the full unedited gallery they take on the day will be delivered within 48 hours of your wedding day. Head to the WedSetter directory to find them under content creation to check availability and packages. Happy planning!
So yesterday we reached out to our followers. They have seen drips and drabs of your wedding, and we were like, right, we're going to ask her some questions. Cool. So these are from the Bali Bride followers. How did you bring your wedding dress over from Australia?
In the wedding bag on the plane, carry on. But it was quite a big wedding dress. So I'd already brought it back from Melbourne. Vera Wang. So I had two dresses. Vera Wang was my ceremony dress and basically right up until about just before the first dance. And then Milanova was my second dress. The Milanova was packed in my suitcase, in one whole half of my suitcase.
Were you worried about losing it?
No, because I already had one. I mean, I still would have been devoed, but I had the main one.
Yeah.
But the Vera Wang one's quite big. So even in the garment bag, it's just a lot of fluff really. So when they were putting it through the security, they were like, it's not going to fit. And I was like, it's going to fit, because my dad had just not been let on the plane. I was shoving trays on top of it. So that is something to be mindful of. They have to be able to fit. Puffy. Well,
they weren't going to.
I don't know. They just said it has to fit through the scanner, X-ray scanner.
Yeah.
Which most of them would push down anyway, but it's definitely something. We have to go through two. We had to go through one just to get into Cooley and then the international one. So, but yeah, the Virgin staff hung it up for me behind the business class area, and yeah, it arrived.
So
although I walked off the plane without it. Thank God. Off. And the girl goes, "Are you going to get your wedding dress?" And I was like,
oh, that
thanks. I knew I'd do that though, but
I think you were probably dealing with a lot on the flight.
Yeah, a couple too many wines too, probably.
What was it like getting married at the stunning El Kabron?
So good. It was just the best. I loved that venue from the second that we went in there, and my partner really loved it too. So he was actually the one that was like, this venue's so much better than all the other ones. He loved it. So it was nice to. Probably the most interest that he showed in the planning process. But I think I forgot the impact it has, because I've been there a few times now. So even when we had our rehearsal there, all the bridal party that hadn't seen it were just like, Oh my God.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
It did feel
this
like
is
Greece
just
on the day. I was just looking out.
It really has that vibe to it, that sort of,
And I think the way that you did the ceremony flowers didn't take away from
the invisible plants. I'd seen Made had done that somewhere else, and I was like, that's it.
And also looking back on, because when we walked down the aisle, we couldn't see the chairs that people were sitting on. Like, I did not notice that.
Yeah.
And then watching back the footage from the wedding planner and seeing the clear chairs.
The ghost chairs, yeah.
When everybody comes through and, like, sees that, it doesn't take away from, like, where you are.
Totally.
So, yeah, I think you did a great job on, like, choosing which pieces went there too.
Yeah. Yeah, everything just looked beautiful. Like when I walked around and I saw everything, I was like, oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Are gift registries a thing for destination weddings? What did you do there?
Not for us. I felt I still even haven't opened all of our cards. It's so bad, but we just haven't had a minute to do that. But some people are going to bring a gift whether you tell them or not, but we were pretty specific, like you're spending so much money to come. Some people brought their entire families over here and had a family holiday. So I just don't think, for a destination wedding, I don't think gift registries are a thing. If people want to give you a gift, go for it.
They will do it anyway.
But people are spending thousands of dollars to attend your wedding, and that's the biggest gift that they can give us.
Yeah.
So, not for us. We didn't.
Yeah, for sure. Did you have any? They're just asking about sourcing printing for menus and signs. Did you?
Wedding planner did all of that, which was great.
Have you got any advice for future Bali brides and grooms?
Probably. How do I say it? Probably I think it was almost not too organised. I don't think there's such a thing, but you just have to remember, like, everything towards the end, I just wanted everything locked in like a month out. Okay, so I can just sit there. That definitely didn't happen. Just be mindful of that, I would say. Wedding season over here is nuts. Like, all of our suppliers, some of them, I think Trove said they have 58 weddings in the next 10 weeks or something crazy like that. So, like, they don't even have time. If you're messaging them about your wedding in 2 months, they're just like, oh my God, we don't even.
Particularly if you're messaging them on Instagram, WhatsApp, email, like, probably a good thing would be to stick to
stick to email or stick to something where everything's on the one thread. But that you just do have to keep that in mind. Like, I know I wasn't like this. I just wanted, because you want everything to be perfect, and you don't know what the timelines are here. Like, I was like, are we going to get the menus printed on time? Like, Kira probably did that in like 2 days or a day or two, whereas I didn't know. Does that take 2 weeks? Does that take? So that's the thing. Just kind of
having
sit
faith
back
in
a little
who
bit.
They will get the job done.
Yes.
Because what we always say to anyone that writes to us, like, I haven't heard from my wedding planner in 2 weeks. Is this normal? And I'm like, it is normal.
It is.
Because they're so busy with all the weddings that they're doing. Their focus is on the couple that are getting married next.
And then it's your turn.
5. Yeah. And when it's your turn, you will be so appreciative of what that looks like. Yeah. So
that's one thing I wasn't very good at.
Yeah, but you don't know.
You don't know. And it is you're spending so much money and you're spending so much time and effort planning it. You just want to make sure everything is like how you imagined it.
Yeah.
But it was. So
yeah, it was such a beautiful day. We've got some rapid fire questions for you. Don't think about them for too long. Just pick your favourite, band or DJ.
Both.
I said pick one.
Do I have to?
That's all right.
No,
Set
both.
menu or shared plates?
Shared plates.
Wedding sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Cocktail or sit-down reception?
Cocktail.
Champagne or cocktails?
Cocktails.
First dance or welcome dance?
Both.
They were both good.
The welcome dances.
Oh, talk about that.
So many people commented. Even Lizzie commented on that.
Yeah. And she would see so many too.
So we had, with 6 couples coming in, and I made everybody choose a different song, and they had to do so you've got to dance into the table. Like, there's going to be none of this just walking like, woo. Everyone did. It was so funny. Like,
and with Kylie's background in the entertainment industry, she had 2 boys in the bridal party that used to dance at the Moulin Rouge.
And And they were a real
really
hit.
set the tone for, and so this competitiveness between
It was
all
really
us.
funny. There was props involved by some. Some people didn't want to even practice theirs at the rehearsal because they didn't want to give their secrets away. But the crowd, I was actually watching everyone when you guys came out. Everyone was in stitches, like fits of laughter, watching you guys do your little entries. So it was so worth it.
Yeah,
that was one of the highlights of the day for us as well.
I agree.
It was super fun.
Everyone doing it had so much fun.
Yeah, it was really good.
Before we wrap up, anything else you want to share?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, well, congratulations. It was such a beautiful
Thank
day.
you. Yeah, we actually couldn't be happier. It's so cliche, but it really was the best day of our lives by far. Like, I know every person says that, but I was like, I don't think we'll top that one ever. So
no, and like I just feel like I think the best thing about your wedding was the people.
Yeah, and everyone said, the amount of people that said that to us, whether it was our family, our friends commenting on our family, vice versa, so many people were like, what an amazing group of people.
And they were just like, no one was backwards in coming forwards. Like everyone wanted to get around.
Totally.
And meet,
yeah.
Like
which was so cool.
That you know, because you've traveled a lot and you've worked in different like areas of entertainment.
Yeah.
They wanted to meet like your Japan crew and your cruise
Where
ship
do you fit in?
people, and then, like how do you fall in line?
Yeah. It was. That's it's such a huge compliment to receive too, that your friends and family are awesome. Like it was,
and your family too. Yeah, like all your aunts and uncles and everyone that made the, you know, Brodie's nanny.
Yeah, and Nanny's loving it. Holiday Nan,
loved her.
Having a great time. It's that the families have over here. Obviously, Brodes' whole family, my whole family. And their friends, they're just having their holidays still going for like another week. So they're just all having an absolute ball. And we're still getting sent videos of them out at dinner at night. And it's so cool. It's so good that they're over here relaxing now. It's good to have the wedding. That's the other thing I'd say, having the wedding
first.
Yeah, because that is like, the lead up and then it's done, then everyone can just relax. Like some people are only here just a few days, but people that are staying on for a week, they've kind of got all the little wedding events and then they've just got a few days or a week more to chill. So I liked doing it that way.
Yeah, awesome. Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Please follow, rate and review wherever you listen and watch your podcasts. And follow us on Instagram at WedSetter_. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye.